Today on All Things 80s, we've got the vehicles and playsets from The Empire Strikes Back. Welcome back to All Things 80s, now continuing the series looking at the price of amassing a complete Star Wars collection. Today we're going to take a look at the vehicles and playsets that were released in Empire Strikes Back packaging. Now, not only were the vehicles and playsets that came out for Empire Strikes Back the best, in my opinion, it also had the most in the entire line. So for that reason, we're going to split this video into two parts. So without further ado, let's check out part one of the most expensive vehicles and playsets for The Empire Strikes Back. So here we go, looking at all the vehicles and playsets released under the Empire Strikes Back packaging. Now first up we have the Hoth Survival Kit mail-away set. This is, it says it's used, but it is brand new, sealed. It doesn't have the mail-away box, but that's not really a big deal. This is something I would particularly like to have. I never had this as a child. I think my first mail-away may have been the Darth Vader collector case, but I'll need to give that more thought. But this is $105, which really isn't at all bad. Obviously for a few bits of plastic it's not a good deal, but for what it is, and the fact that it's still sealed, is quite good. And best of all, it does have the Star Wars Collections catalogue with that really cool Hoth scene. So 104, well 105 we'll call it for that. Now next up we have the Darth Vader's collector's case, which is what I had. I still remember getting that in the mail, and I thought I'd won it in a contest, but my mum assured me that I'd sent away for it with the proof of purchases. But anyway, this one, unlike the one I had, actually came with 3 figures, and this one is brand new. And if you look here, you can see we got Darth Vader, Yoda, and the Bespin look, which is pretty cool. And if you down here, still in their sealed baggies, so that's pretty awesome. Now that's going to cost, well, auction is starting about $1,300, but if you want to buy it now, it's going to cost $1,800. And you know, not much you can say about this. It's a case to put figures in, but never been used, has the sealed figures, so $1,800, still a bit pricey. Now we have, this is Darth Vader's Star Destroyer action playset. I always remember looking at this and just thinking it was weird that, you know, we all know what the Star Destroyer looks like, and this is nothing like that, but they are calling it a playset, I guess. This one I think is brand new, probably graded, I imagine. Yep, graded. So $2,500 for that. It's a lot of money, but I guess if you really want a brand new one, that's the price you're going to pay. So now we have the action figures carry case. Now, there were 3 different versions of this released with Empire Strikes Back packaging. So there are 3 different images available. In fact, the first one is identical to the one that came out for Star Wars, except they switched the Star Wars logo for the Empire Strikes Back logo. Now, for the purposes of this video, I couldn't find all 3, so we're just going to put in one for this list. And this was the best one I could find, which is brand new, and it's $1,000, and it's graded. I mean, why the hell would you grade an action figure case? I don't get it, but if that's your thing, then so be it. So $1,000 for that. Next up we have the Hoth Ice Planet Adventure set, which was basically a reworking of the Land of the Jawas playset. Plastic base, cardboard AT-AT. That is mint in box, so it's brand new, and it's, of course it's graded, so that's $2,000 for that. A bit excessive in my opinion. Now we have the Imperial Attack Base. This is brand new, sealed, $1,460. At least it's not been graded and stuck away in one of those cases, so that's nice to actually see the box. Not much to talk about in terms of it. You know, see that's still sealed. Tape's a bit yellow, but that's to be expected. It's a very nice set actually, although slightly misleading in that there are no figures, there are no tauntauns. And of course, as we know, the Imperials were never actually camped out on Hoth, but that doesn't really matter. So 1,460 for that. Next up is the Snowspeeder. I couldn't find any new ones at this point in time, so at the moment, the best looking one, we'll call that 240 bucks, which isn't at all bad. And this one does look to be in rather nice condition. Still working, as we can see. Although I don't know if it's just the lighting, but I could have sworn that mine as a child had yellow lights, not red. But it may just be the way the picture was taken. But yeah, it's got everything. It's got the box. It's got the Snowspeeder. It does not appear to have the instructions. I don't think. Nice clean terminals on the battery compartment. Yeah, it's all there, all accounted for. I don't know about the harpoon. Can we see that anywhere? Nope. But anyway, 240 bucks. That's probably a good deal, I would say. Now we have the twin pod cloud car, which is easily one of the most uninspiring Star Wars toys there ever were. This one is factory sealed and it's 700 bucks, which I imagine is a pretty good price for a brand new 40-year-old Star Wars toy. Now, what's interesting is this obviously came out prior to the release of the Cloud Car pilot figure. So they've got the Bespin guard and they've got a Bespin look in the driver's seats, which is interesting. Kind of harkens back to the original X-Wing fighter, which obviously didn't have the X-Wing look figure available at the time of photography. So that was pictured with the Farm Boy look in the cockpit. Quite interesting. So anyway, 700 bucks for that. That's probably a good price. Now, this is the display arena stand, and it says it's used, and it's 300 bucks, but it doesn't appear to have actually ever been assembled because everything looks to be pretty minty in this. Interesting idea. This was, of course, the mail away. I'm thinking back, I don't remember being offered this as a child, and in all honesty, it's not really something that would have been of a great deal of interest to me, but it still has the catalogue, the instructions, so it's all there. 300 bucks, not bad, I guess. Now the AT-AT. This one is saying it's used and it's $1,000. The box, pretty tatty, but I think everything is still in its, the components are still in their bags. And this one came with the accessory kit we looked at earlier. Sticker sheet. Yeah, this is as good as it gets, actually. And for $1,000, I have to say that's not at all bad. Now we have, the Cloud City playset. So this was the playset that had so much potential, but ended up being so disappointing. Although in this case, it does have the 4 figures still in their sealed bags. Everything is there, catalogue, instructions, the pegs. Probably as good a set as you're going to find, and it's $2,500. Sadly, the sealed figures are not particularly rare figures, so even at that price, to get 4 sealed figures, it's a hell of a lot of money, and the set itself is extremely disappointing. But $2,500. Now we have the Dagobah Action playset, brand new, sealed, graded, of course. $1,200. It is what it is. It's a play set that, to be honest, is not something I would have particularly have enjoyed as a child. It's basically a tree stump with a spongy pond. 1,200. That's not too bad, in all honesty. And it is graded, so if you were to open it, everything in there is brand new, never used. But yeah, $1,200 for that. And finally, in this video, we have the series exclusive Imperial Cruiser, which of course is just a repack of the Imperial Troop Transporter without any electronics. This one is used, 225 bucks. But everything is there, including the remains of the sticker sheet. Got the catalogue, got the sort of prisoner mask there. Yeah, it's looks slightly yellowed, but to be expected, I guess. Not bad. 225 bucks. I guess that's a pretty reasonable price considering everything is there. So yeah, that was part one of looking at the vehicles and playsets that were released in Empire Strikes Back packaging. Okay, so if you were keeping score there, you would realize that those vehicles and playsets are going to cost $15,030. Now, while that's a hell of a lot of money, within the list there were a few sort of reasonable items in my opinion. So anyway, obviously the next video in this series will cover part two, which I'm particularly looking forward to because I was always a big fan of the mini rigs. So anyway, I want to say thank you for watching and give special thank you to the Patreons who support this channel, and just to give you all a reminder that if you wish to become a Patreon, the link is down below, and on August 15 there will be a contest being held, so check Patreon for that. Please like this video, please subscribe, all that good stuff, and stay tuned for more videos from All Things 80s.